What if your system crashes and your server crashes simultaneously? Do you still think you can continue to work and without losing data? Well, the answer to this is yes, and I'll show you exactly how. What you are seeing here is a dual server system, an IT's black box setup, right? As usual, one server is working, and this is how you can see this is working, and the second server is not working. It has been plugged out, which means this server is switched off, this server is on. What we are going to do is we are going to create a folder on the desktop again. We are going to call it comprehensive support. Right, now in this we are going to create a file. We are going to name that file Network Faster, and we are going to write into it, how are you doing? I'm going to now save this file. I'm going to shut it down. Can you see this? I'm going to close this folder, and there is your folder. Can you see the folder? Now I'm going to copy this folder from desktop into my documents, paste, going to close this. I'm also going to copy this on Z drive, which is our network folder. I'm going to paste it here. So now you have got comprehensive support in 3 places. One on the desktop, one in my documents, and one on your network. Now what we are going to do here is we are going to crash this system, and for that on C drive, your boot system, we are going to delete the files that we required to boot the system, and we are going to simply delete those files. Right, we have selected these files and we are going to click delete. 7 items to recycle bin is a system file. Want to remove it? It says yeah, you say yes to all, and there it gets deleted. We can also go into Windows folder. I press Ctrl A to select all, and then I press delete button to delete all the folders. Now obviously, because some files are in use, it will not allow those, but some of these will be deleted. There you see, some of them have been deleted. Right? Now these files which have been deleted will also empty from recycle bin, which means now when we restart the system is not going to come up, neither is the server, neither do you have a second server support at the moment. So we are going to click restart. While the system restarts, we will plug this server back and we'll switch it on. Right, I have plugged it in. I'm going to start it. Watch the blue line coming on here. Can you see this? So this server has been now switched on, and if you can move your focus back onto the screen, you will see NT loader is missing. Press Ctrl Alt Del to restart. Yes. So if it says press Ctrl Alt Del to restart, we'll press Ctrl Alt Del and see what happens again. The system is rebooting, the laptop is rebooting. It again says NT LDR is missing. Press Ctrl Alt Del to restart, which means the system has crashed. We are going to put this into the drive. This is a fast up disk which we are going to use to restore this system. There we put it in the DVD drive and we press Ctrl Alt Del again. Let's see what happens. What we are doing here is not only are we crashing the system, the laptop, but we are also going to crash the server. Neither is your desktop or laptop working, nor is your server working. And how are you going to make sure that you get your systems up and running within minutes? That's what we are going to watch now. I'm pressing Y once and pressing enter, pressing Y again and pressing enter, back from where it started. Now it is saying 5 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. Let's see. In the meanwhile, the data that was copied over here should be ideally transferred onto the LMS, the second server, and the failover of the network should happen. To demonstrate it, the data that the file that we had copied and the folder we had copied was on this particular server. We are going to shut this down and I am going to press this to do so. There. It has started shutting down. I can feel it. Yes, and it is shut down. The green light and the yellow light which was flickering have gone. To make sure and to ascertain that this is really being switched off, I am going to pull out the plug and there is my server removed. My server is now disconnected. The server on which I had put up my data is disconnected. My laptop has crashed and now I expect to be up and running within minutes of not only my system crashing but also my server crashing. Now these are IT's black box servers. The one which we are using for demos are not a server configuration but desktop configurations. These are working on Pentium dual core systems and they can support up to 100 to 150 systems without a pain. 100 to 150 simultaneous users without a pain. That's what is the power, and that's the reason why we are using old systems, so that you know that this is possible and you do not need state-of-art equipment to run IT's black box system. Okay, one more thing I would like to tell about these IT's black box servers. Now this has RAID 1 into it. RAID 1 means that there are two disks. Even if one disk fails, the system keeps running on the second disk. If out of the two disks, if the primary disk has failed, all you need to do is press the reset button and your server and systems are up and running within minutes. Your network is up and running within minutes. Less than a minute pending. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We already registered the complaint with the provider of IT's black box, and their technical support manager is on these servers from internet line, sitting in his office where he is. You can see the time from here. How much time does it take from complete crash to complete recovery? 1 second. It will still ask me to say enter once. Yes, it threw out and now it is asking me to press enter, which is what I did. Okay, there comes out the DVD. Alright. Now, what are our achievables? First, the system should be up and running without any problems. Second, the data which you had put on the server and the server has been crashed should be still accessible after the system comes on. The data at 3 locations. One is on the desktop, one is in my document, and third is on the server, on the IT's black box server. So let's see whether all the 3 are achieved or not. Yes, as you saw, Windows was coming on. It is starting up, which means your phase 1, your system fast up is working. There you see it. Let's see now whether the data is there or not. Yes, there it comes on. You can keep checking the time. How much time did it take from a complete crash to a complete recovery? Yes, now can you focus on the screen please? There you see comprehensive support on the desktop. Yes, I am opening that folder. Can you see network fast up? Can you see how are you doing? So the desktop file, despite your laptop having crashed, is recovered and right over there. Let's see whether the same folder is still in my documents. Let's find out what was the name. Yes, here it is, comprehensive support. Can you see this? Yes, there. Do you see network fast up? Yes, there you see network fast up. And how are you doing? Right, I'm going to shut this down and I'm going to see the last thing, which is whether the same data which we had copied onto the server is available or not. This server is where we copied it, and this is what has been plugged out. Here is the plug, here is the power plug, right? It still shows me yes and Z drive and comprehensive support and network faster. How are you doing? Which means your data that was at 3 different places is right there, and your systems are up and running even after we crash the laptop and even after we crash the server. This is the power of using Fortune Grisels and Grisels FastUp technologies